starting over. This is the POKORNYI Engineering GTB steering wheel. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty hype about this wheel because we're using a Sparco L999, which is a wheel I've always wanted to use, but I couldn't find a good use case for this wheel. So what we're going to do today is build this puppy from we're not going to build it from scratch. I did a lot of the pre-work already. I don't want to watch any more videos of like me soldering stuff for 4 hours. So I did all this work beforehand. So we're basically going to assemble this wheel, try it out, and then get the hell out of here and get our weekend started. So hope you guys are, doing well. And I want to show you some things. We'll talk a little bit about like the build process, some of the things I ran into, some of the nuisances and whatnot, and some of the things I think can be done better, etc., etc., etc. So just jumping right into it. I don't want to waste too much time. Let's go to the overtop view and show you guys what we're working with. So the audio is probably going to sound like shit too because I got my air conditioning running. It's very hot in this room, and I'll probably be dripping sweat in about 5-10 minutes. So okay, so this is the Sparco L99. Look at this beautiful wheel, man. I gotta tell you, when you hold this thing, if you guys decide to try this wheel out, the best round wheel I've felt so far. The grips feel like it's something that would be in like an Aston Martin or like a really old Porsche, a classic type of car, right? So the unfortunate part about this is because there's no extra inputs on the POKORNYI Engineering PCB, we gotta basically skip using these buttons. But it's a great looking wheel. It feels terrific and it has leather in the right spot, so you won't wear this wheel down. So for anyone interested in this wheel, this is a Sparco L999. It's also called a Mugello. And yeah, I can't wait to get this thing together. I did some mock pictures already. I'll show you guys what I expect this thing to look like. And then we'll get straight into the assembly, and then we'll talk about some of the problems I had and some of the easy stuff that I didn't expect to be easy during the build also. So that being said, let's go into the screenshot. This is what I expect it to look like. And if you guys follow me on social media, you probably saw that it looks very close to this when it's in this assembled state. It actually looks a little bit better. If you do decide this wheel, there's something a little disappointing about this. I was expecting gray on the I was expecting this to actually be gray. It's just black. I don't know why it looks gray here. They need to turn the exposure down or something. The area here on the screen right here, it's just black, so don't expect it to be gray, but it's a really nice looking black, and it has a reflective like satin finish to it, so it does kind of look grayish in some angles. So that being said, let's get assembling. And yeah, there we go. Let's get assembling. All right, so the first thing, I don't put this wheel away. We don't need this for a long time. And I want to talk about this box that we built. So I 3D printed this obviously on my Bamboo P1S. It came out in like maybe an hour and a half. It's a really easy build. I built multiple cases of this. I had one that had the fuzzy finish, which I wanted to use, but this one is going to be using a standard finish. And I may rebuild this box at some point, but I already kind of did the inset of the brass sleeves there, so I don't want to do it again. It came out well, no issues with it, no fitment problems. It's just what you expect to get from a POKORNYI Engineering steering wheel box. I chose to use these colored rotaries because I'm tired of using black all the time. I usually use a lot of black in my steering wheels. So I'm going with this bronze and like light blue theme. So it should come out pretty nice. Give you a close up there. The quality came out of this print really nice. Layer lines on this Bamboo P1 are very, very thin, and I printed it at 0.2 layer height. The brass sleeve inserts, you guys all know how to do that. If you don't, check out some of the previous videos. Relatively straightforward, took about 5 minutes to do that. And then there's some brass inserts on the back for a panel that covers up the basically the connection for the shifters that we're going to talk about. The shifters are probably the worst part of this build. Everything else is pretty nice. So that being said, that is the case itself. I also printed the front panel for this, and I did this in a fuzzy finish on the edges, as you guys can see here, just to kind of get the layer lines not visible and make it look a little, unique or premium. It came out okay. I also did ironing on the surface level, so something I just started playing with is using the iron function. What it does is basically runs the extruder over the entire surface of the top and makes it as smooth as possible. So this came out really nice. In fact, I don't need to finish it at all. And I kind of want this wheel to have like a do-it-yourself feel and look to it. So it's going to come out pretty nice, I hope. I'm pretty sure of it. I actually saw I did the mock already. So if you guys have the opportunity to play around with the fuzzy finish, it kind of hides the layer lines really, really nicely. And you definitely use ironing for these top plates because it comes out so much better. In fact, I reprinted this part, which is the bottom part of the button plate cover. I'm sorry, I lost a boat. And I had to do it in an iron finish. So definitely do the iron finish if you can. Looks really nice. I pre-installed some of the stickers. I had a little bit of a nightmare with FedEx, guys. So basically my package sat about 5 miles from my house for 14 days because they screwed up the paperwork on my customs form. So I ended up getting this yesterday, and finally we can get started with the build. So this is the front plate. Have a look. Really nice. And if you notice, it has these little LED insert things, or like frosted pegs that you put in these holes up here. One of the issues I did have was spacing with, let me get these bolts out, was spacing with the whole diameter of the print. So it came out too small. So I had to use a 4mm drill bit, and I drilled out everything, and I ran a bead of super glue on the back to keep them in place. So yeah, super glue over here on the back, right there. And these things are firm, they're not moving. Even if I didn't run super glue in here, there wouldn't be a problem with it. They're pretty solid in there. But as you can see, they're translucent and they let the light through from the LED. So that's one thing. Another thing I did is I created these little wheel spacers because of the contour of this wheel and all the wheels you're probably going to use, you're going to need to put a spacer in place. So unless you're using like a flat wheel, you're going to need to build one of these spacers. So I built this one in 8mm to give you enough clearance between the curve of the wheel, which is like right here, that curve right there. It basically eliminates that from hitting the edge of the button box. There wasn't too much of a problem there. I did find out after assembling, after doing the test fit, that I needed to create another one. So I created this 2mm, actually I think this is 3mm, this 3mm spacer, so that for the shifter panel, so that I can get enough spacing between the bolts. And I'll show you that later. It probably doesn't make an ounce of sense to you right now, but it will in a few minutes. I just destroyed one of these glasses. I don't know why I can't install these displays, but every time I install it, I try to pull it off and then I end up destroying it. So I chucked it across the room, put a hole in my wall. That will fix it some other point. I plan on repainting this room anyway. You guys have seen it blue for 5 years. We'll get a different color going soon. But this is the 4.3-inch display and the carbon front panel I had made from CNC Madness. It came back in relatively quick time. It was about a week for the from when I submitted the order to when I got it back. And as you can see here, we have the spacer in place for the PCB of the display. So this is ready to go. Also did some test fitting there, just need to wipe it down. And then finally the PCB board. I bought 5 of these, as I always do. What I do with these builds, or I have been doing with these builds, is I've been buying 5 PCBs just to kind of get some money back, because a lot of people don't want to spend 90 bucks on at least probably $100 to get it from POKORNYI Engineering. And then a lot of other people don't want to buy 2 if they don't need it. So I have 4 extra PCBs. I may give one away if anyone in chat is here today. Temper now, Greg. I know. I yeeted that thing across the room, and it's unfortunate, but you know, I used very strong tape and it got stuck. So I glued this on. This part doesn't need to be glued on, but I glued it on anyway, and I put the button covers on. So this is what I was also waiting for FedEx for 3 weeks, was the frosted colored button covers, because the clear ones kind of make it look cheap. So as you guys can see, there's 4 rotaries on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 buttons, 2 funky switches, and 2 shifter inputs. So as you can see here, this is something to note about this steering wheel. You may have seen this with the rally wheel also. It uses these L-shaped board connectors because it has, you know, to keep the clearance as short as possible, we need to have as minimal poke out on the back. You guys can't see that. Come on. There you go. You might not be able to see that, but he's using these L-shaped connectors for programming. Curves, how you doing? So basically that's that. And another thing I did that I want to share with you guys that I think is pretty cool, at least in my own mind. Oh, one more thing. So these rotaries I also built. I wanted to make them like a little bit more unique than just the black rotary. So I put this little racing stripe that combines the bronze and the blue in there, just to kind of keep it, you know, change it up a little bit. I probably could have done a better job or built larger racing stripes. I wasn't about to do this over again. So that's most of the stuff. I have a couple more things to show you. The cool thing is this particular box uses a external connector now, or not external, it's just like a secondary piece to the connection. So get the screws out here. Basically you install this through here and attach it that way, and it's kind of fixed like that. So we're gonna plug that up later. That was pretty interesting. Probably the same way on the rally wheel. I didn't build a rally wheel yet. And then this is the cool part, is instead of the instructions have you cutting a USB-C cable. I didn't want to do that, so I bought this connector end here, and hopefully you guys can see this. I just soldered some basically a USB cable, the same wire that you use for the USB cable. I soldered that to the USB-C connector, and now we have a connector cable for our display that is not like a cut piece of wire or something like that. It's actually fabricated specifically for this use. So this is pretty cool. These are about $8 for 20 of them. Definitely recommend that. We'll see if it works well or not. I haven't installed the screen. I haven't installed the wheel with the screen yet. Okay. A couple more things. The shifters. This is the shifter panel. I don't like this. When I tried to install the shifters the first time, I was looking to run the wire through this hole here. And there's, as you can see, like it's just the back of the actual housing for the shifter assembly. And now on the aluminum assembly that you buy, I believe there's a channel that goes through the whole bottom of the assembly to where you may be able to get your wire through there, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have to zip tie the wire there. I just wanted to come out and just go up, but you know, it is what it is. I sent the mail to POKORNYI, and he said, hey, this is how we have it done. And basically they just wrap it around the front and then up in through here for access to the wires, and we'll see what that looks like in a few. So that being said, we're going to open up the instructions and get started with the assembly, and hopefully everything will work out to where we can get this video done in roughly 2 hours and test the wheel out. And I have a couple cars I wanted to test this on, so yeah, let's get rocking. Oh, a couple more things. These are just the LED surrounds. This contains the light to make sure it doesn't bleed into the rest of the wheel. 2 of these, one for each side. They're upside down. I went with a 70mm wheel extension with the SC2 OEM QR there. And what else? Obviously, we got your, these are also the clear discs that go into the front of the, in the front of here. And this allows light to come through, so we'll install that later. They're stickered on the back. And this is the back panel that I was telling you about before for securing the wires for your shifters that are external. All good greetings from London. Yeah, London town. I gotta get there so bad. Goodwood isn't Goodwood this weekend or next weekend. I always wanted to get there for Goodwood. Here are the knobs for the 7-way funky switches. I had a problem with this because when I printed it normally it's way too small and I didn't feel like drilling it. So I scaled it up to 103% and it came out perfect. So these are ready to go also. So basically all we have to do is assemble this wheel and get it rocking and rolling and see how we like it. I'm really excited about using the Sparco wheel though, because I really wanted to try that wheel for like 4 years. Right. Last thing. This is the last thing I'll talk about for parts before we start assembling, and then I'll get deeper into detail. The POKORNYI USB cable, I don't like it. It's just too stiff. And the power and ground cable are very stiff and they're very easy to solder to the connector in here. But the D plus and D minus cable, the data cables, are very thin, and once you start to apply the solder to the wire, like the end of the wire, it melts the cover of the wire itself down pretty badly. So I didn't particularly like that at all. So I'd probably go back with the Bodner USB cable and save myself 19 pounds or 19 euro. I think that's what you guys are using now. Okay, I think the first thing we need to do is, like I said, we have rotaries right here. I pre-installed these also, so this should be just straightforward. So let's get this thing assembled up and see what else is left for us to do at the end that I forgot all about. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. It's supposed to be 100 degrees here all weekend long, which is roughly 37 degrees Celsius. So I'll be staying my ass in this air conditioning for the remainder of the weekend. So maybe we'll get some GT4 racing done, and maybe I'll throw up a stream or something like that if I get bored. I have been having fun with the WRC stuff, but it kind of reached its maturity point. I don't know if I'll be doing much more of that stuff in the future, unless I find another interest in WRC. But it was pretty fun to go through career mode. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. It's a little goofy. It was fun, but goofy. One of those things you just pop on when you are extremely bored. One of the things I always have problems with these Pokorny wheels is like getting the proper clearance on the wire. So let me zoom in a little bit just so it's not so far away for you guys. Maybe that'll be better. So yeah, it fits in perfectly. Everything's flush. All the holes are lined up. We don't have any issues here. Does this zoom in better? Yes, it does. I should have done that the first time. My bad, guys. Yeah, so everything fits in there nicely. We got to move some of these wires out of the way, and I don't know how to run this USB cable yet. So I'm going to plug this thing in, and these are the only connections that we need to plug into the back, with the exception of the USB cable that I almost forgot to plug in. So let's do that. Let's do that. Cool. It's much easier to open that way. So this is the display cable, and I tested everything already beforehand, and I've already done the firmware, so we don't have to do any of that bullshit today. And this is for the data to the steering wheel itself. So the problem with zooming, and now I can't tell what's in frame or not. So I started shrink wrapping my cables just because I didn't want to mess in there. It actually looks better. It makes me feel like I'm a professional. So there's that. Okay. This is what I need to figure out how to connect. I'm going to try and just keep it out and then tuck it in later, but we'll see how that works out for us. And this USB cable is already in the way. One of these, the thing about these wheels is they're very sensitive to, all these wheels, I'm assuming, are very sensitive to like interference and just being off by like a millimeter. So we're going to try and get it as flush as possible from a cable routing standpoint. I'm sure there's probably a better tool for this, but I've been using just a thin Allen key to kind of move things around in there. Yeah, it's always a little bit of a mission figuring out where the obstruction is. Feels like there's something going on down here. Actually, before I do that, I actually have to do this. So something I forgot to just do was tighten down the USB. So let's go to the instructions to see how to do that. Just for the sake of video. I think I know how to do it. It's just 2 bolts, but obviously I want to show you guys what this thing looks like. I'm not going with clutches either. I find myself never using clutches in simulation after 5 years, so I don't think I need to put clutches in here. But I do want to assemble the USB connector. I think it's just going to be M3 6mm. Do you plan on wiring the Sparco wheel for button? No, you can't, because there's no additional input. So that would have been so nice to have like a couple extra inputs on the steering wheel, but no, I can't. They're just dead buttons right now. Maybe in the future he'll come out with an upgrade, but you know, especially for like people with P310s too, and like there's a Momo steering wheel with buttons on it, like it would be very nice to have that. So if you guys ever get in touch with Mr. Pokorny or whatever his real name is, I think his name's Bazilev or something like that. M3 8mm. Yeah, it would be nice to have a updated PCB design with additional inputs just for that very purpose, because I know a lot of people are probably going to use P310 also. This is using 8mm Yeah, it's using 8mm long 3. This handy dandy tool came with the Bamboo P1. It was like one of the default files. I've gotten so much use out of this. And there we have it. That's 8. Let's get the USB power cable connected, and then we'll start to tighten some shit up. If you guys know of a way to do that, let me know. But yeah, I'm pretty certain there's no way to do that without having the inputs on the PCB. You guys know a hack? Please let me know. Okay, that's secured. Everything is still there. Let's try to get the routing down. Like one of these connectors is hitting something. I think it's okay, actually. Let's take a little peep. Make sure there's nothing weird happening. No, we should be okay, actually. Maybe you can get moved up a little bit. Both of you. Trying to place both of the actually worse than it just was. What happened here? Let's go back to... Try to route it this way. Nope, not enough length. I think it has to go there. But I still feel something kind of obstructing. Oh, nice. There we go. Cool. Let's get this thing secured before it starts to misbehave on us again. Nope, that's not right. Something is a little off still. Let's find out what it is. I think most people's issues that they have with this wheel are because of this very reason right here. It's just something gets stuck in the way and it doesn't fit perfectly, and then they complain about it. So I think you just gotta put the extra effort in to get it flush and sitting in there nicely and nothing getting squeezed, and I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go to the start of the assembly instructions and then we can get moving on along. Yeah. I want to do it in the right order because I don't want to screw up anything that maybe like will make us have to take it apart again. Okay, we did the brass inserts there. We did it there. We installed the USB. We secured the USB. We already got the side rotaries in place. Boom, boom, boom. This is what I'm looking at, guys, just so you can see. And I have a Stream Deck. I don't have to use the mouse, so I can do that. So yeah, so basically you put the PCB board in place. Assure the PCB is not lying on the wires. No touching pins of the GX connection curves. Yeah, we don't have any touching pins, at least as far as I can tell. You can't really see this back behind here. So It's time to start getting some M6s in. M6, M3 6mm. All right. Just leave this here. M6 3mm. That was the 8s. Those were 4s. I think those are 6s. Let's have a look. Let's find out. I adore this thing. Yeah, this is 6mm. So we're gonna put 2 here on. I can't tell which one that is. Let's have a quicker look. A deeper look, actually. So we're putting 3 in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so second one up on the corners. Okay. These instructions probably should have said to install the USB cable first, but I assume that you would assume that. All right, that's done. Now we have to put the LED guides on, which is 3 of them. So like I said before, we got 2 for the side, and then this little puppy on the bottom. And the cool part about these is now you don't have to glue them too much. You just basically stick them on, and then it basically, you guys will see it holds the board down using these also. So the less glue we have to use, the better. I just wish you would have put 2 bolts up there. That would have been nice too. All right, these are going to be M3 8mm. And we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 7 of them. Okay. Wasn't gonna sit in there nicely. That was a little bit of a difficult rotation on that. I think it's a little off. This electric screwdriver is not the strongest either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got 4 more to do, and then the light guides will be complete. Okay. Good to go there. Feeling nice and tight. Nothing's loose or wiggling around. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything with the instructions. Norman, I will go on. Greetings from Bermuda. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, man. I was just in Jamaica not too long ago. Place the LED guides. We already did that. That's this part up here, guys. So that's done. Light guides are done. Solid. All right. So here's what we did already also, because I wanted to make sure I did it right before just jumping on screen and destroying monitors. And like I said, I've already destroyed one of these screens and chucked it across the room. So I've done this part already. So you basically insert this, the PCB slides in behind back here, and you wrap it around and secure it there with two-sided tape or glue. I don't like using glue unless I have to, so I use some pretty decent two-sided tape there. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Okay, it can be routed. Let's see what it means by this. This is what I'm talking about, guys. International phone. Yeah, we got a lot of people. You know what? A lot of Americans aren't, well, I don't know if that's still the case, but Americans really aren't into this shit as much as like Europeans and the people from outside this country. So, although there are quite a few people in the US that like to do this stuff, like racing itself, like road racing itself, is not as popular over here. So, okay, so this is saying that it can come up and just loop around. My cable's not that long, brother, so okay, well, let's see. Let's try to get this to fit. And one of the nuisances of using this cable here is that it fits in there really tight. So I got to make sure I kind of do this right the first time. So let's clear some shit out of the way. Make sure we're not just rushing into this. Think about it. Like I said before, guys, I made this that USB connector, and I'm tested it and it works. So all we need to do is really get it plugged in and fitted. A little more force than I would hope to get it in. There we go, snapped right in. Okay. Oh, let's look at that. Nice fit from the get-go. We don't have to deal with any type of drama. Hell yes. Did we miss anything though? That's the real question. That's the real question. Nope, we did not. So the cool part about this also is that the front panel secures the entire thing together, so it kind of smushes itself together. So let's get everything tightened up. Actually, we're almost there. We're gonna make quick progress about this because of all the pre-work I did. Yeah, nice fit. Very nice. My missus from Jamaica. Yeah, man. Got good taste, my guy. Good taste, my friend. Let's tighten this thing up. I'm glad I did the pre-work first, and I also did the mock build already because it saved a bunch of time. And one thing I don't want to do is have these super long streams where it's just me fighting like bolts. Like, you remember when I fought the rotaries for the for the GT wheel? Woo-hoo! That was 2 hours of like torture for me. Nice. Everything's nice and tight. Not going to over tighten the front. This is just a panel, but the cool part is the panel holds the assembly together. So we also get some help from that when we mount it to the wheel. What wheel is your everyday daily driver? My Simline Porsche Cup. I use that wheel probably the most, but I have been using the what's the name of the Ferrari wheel? The PEGT wheel. I use that quite a bit if I'm not driving Porsche. If I'm driving Porsche, I'm using the VPG wheel. But yeah, the most usage probably goes to my Simline Porsche Cup wheel. Just it's a perfect steering wheel in my opinion. But I'm hoping that this will replace that. Yeah, but it is what it is. So we'll see. Yeah, nice fit, nice and tight. Nothing seems loose, so I think we're doing okay. Let's continue. Oh, we almost forgot this. This is the front panel that we just reprinted. Both of these panels here have that fuzzy finish I was talking about. Yeah, buddy. I think this is an 8mm also, so let's see. Or 10mm, yeah. Vibing to myself. Probably good that you can't hear it, but it's either like 1% audio or nothing. Hopefully that's all right. Let me know if the music's too intrusive. So I'm building this wheel mostly to use with like classic Le Mans car, like 787B, Nissan GXP or GT, whatever it's the actual name is. I always get it confused. The Sauber. So it's mostly to do like old Le Mans classics. But we'll see how good of a wheel it is because the steering wheel feels excellent. So we'll see. All right, moving right along, baby. I'm glad I did all this pre-work. Makes this thing flow a lot better. We already did this part. We don't need to do any work there, but I just noticed something. I think I got some glue on the front panel. No big deal. Rotaries. So what I did when I had this problem, let me show you. I had this issue, guys, where like I couldn't get this thing shipped in, so I was about to just send it with some 3D printed ones. I bought this clear filament. Probably better here. And basically went into Fusion 360 and just made this piece to fit in. So if it wasn't going to be these, it was going to be this one. So that's always an option if you don't feel like buying this, because this will let light through also. Matter of fact, no, because I'm not taking the sticker off again. I'm gonna say, let's just try it. I have the Simline McLaren wheel, love the build quality. I may be a few too many rums in right now, but I don't hear any music. Okay, well that's good also. If you don't hear it, that's fine too, as long as I can hear it. Good. Well, doesn't matter. This isn't a DJ channel. Getting this off sucks, actually. This is just I think 2mm thick plexiglass. I'm thinking I may get one of those laser cutter things, you know? I'm already balls deep into this hobby, so like... Let's do it that time next. You don't hear that? I just don't like when shit doesn't work. It's not that I want to have like a dance party here, but if it doesn't work, that's gonna piss me off more than anything. McLaren 720 is a great wheel. I got the early version with the really soft. I wish he made an injection molded version of it. Like, I think that's critical. Rocket dance solids. Okay, I got rocket dance solids in the background on the side. Let's go. I wish you could do real music on YouTube, man. I got a fire playlist that is I need a good reggae playlist. If you got one, shoot it over. Here we go. So these are on, and these stay in place by the sticker itself. So I think we're gonna put the sticker on next. Oh, what's that? You upside down, brother? Yeah, one was upside down. I think one's more frosted than the other side. This is a really solid wheel, actually. Let's have a look at the instructions, man. Dial one cut to clear cut. Oh, really? What do you need, like a CNC for that or something? I was looking at the Shapeco stuff, and you know how it goes. When you start looking, bad things happen. My girlfriend hates when I start looking at stuff. Sticker time. Should have ordered several of these because I'm destined to screw this up. Let's get in there. A wheel is being born, kids. It's about to get its wings in a second. Have Omtech. Oh, CO2, CO laser. I have an Omtech. I have to look into that actually. Let's look right now. Oh geez, man. Bro. Nice flex. I don't have a use case to buy that. I wish I did. Yeah, I don't have a use case to buy that. These, like, the minimum one is like beast mode. Yeah, big money. Got big pockets. Yeah, flex boy, let's go. Yeah, that's out of my. I don't have the use case for it. It's not the money. It's just like I want to retire. All right, let's look at the instructions, and we're gonna put the rotary knobs on now. So let's do this though. Let's put them. Let's face them down so I can screw them in properly. Yeah, I'm assuming that you use it for other purposes outside of just like sim racing stuff. Or maybe you do just sim racing stuff. That'd be pretty cool too. Maybe you, yeah. I'm assuming there's another use case for it though. Not just. Yeah. What rim did you get for this? I got the Sparco L999. It's the Mugello. It's like the thing I'm most excited about actually is this using the steering wheel. It's fucking incredibly beautiful. And it feels like you could definitely feel this like an old, like classic GT style car, like a good touring car, but like it feels like a proper wheel, man. It's unfortunate I can't use these buttons though. So they're gonna be ornaments. They'll just look cute. We'll get it on in a second, actually. Okay. Hopefully my sticker placement wasn't crooked. It's coming together, boys. Doing your homework pays off sometimes. Okay, I think that's... I can't wait to use this wheel, actually. I already did this part. We're good there. Funky switch knobs. Last piece. I think these are... that. What else do I have to do? That's it. Good to go. Let's see what's next on the list. Oh shit, we're done. Much better than 5 hours. And the good part is, like, when I'm sitting here during the week and need something to do, this is helping me. So the last part is going to be attaching the wheel using these spacers, and we already did stickers, and this is all we have left, guys. So we got to get this stuff installed, and let me just put some shit away so I don't have to clean up too much at the end of this. And we'll get rolling, and we'll probably have this thing spinning in a couple, maybe 30 minutes, maybe maximum, which is good. It's a good thing. Actually, I forgot to mention I used a textured PEI plate to do the back, just so it looks a little bit more finished and professional. Nothing loose. Hopefully everything works. Let's find out if it works first before we attach anything else. You probably should have done that before we close it up, but let's see if this thing works. I don't know how much I'm gonna use this cable. I don't like it too much. But I already built the profile for this, did the firmware update, all that good stuff. Baby. Okay. Oh, I think this is the cable fucking up. You hear that? Let's get SimHub open. Okay, Arduino profile managers, GTB, load profile. So here we go. Oh, you guys can't see shit, can you? The wheel is working. It's just, I don't know if this cable is bad or not. So let's go to the profile manager, actually the test data editor, and simulate some stuff. So first of all, let's get the right screen on. Let's go to what? Ah, the device is 50% brightness. That's fine. Let's do. I don't think I have any screens installed in this computer. This obviously is reading data. All that stuff's working fine. Here's a McLaren MP4 12C. Okay. Okay. All right, so we know that works, and let's just double check the LEDs and all that shit. Good limiter setup. This looks so much better in real life than it does on this video, guys. By the way, these look outstanding. So that's nice. ABS, ABS active. TC active, black flag, yellow flag, green flag, blue flag. I want to see that. Car left. Oh, did I not set up car left? Car right is set up. Car left's not set up. It's all good. I have this profile on the other computer also. RPMs reached. And this is progressive RPMs. Good. Nice. Okay, I think we're ready to continue to bolt this bitch up. Benito, good time, I know. Like doing the work beforehand is a much better. I don't know what, well, I did want to show you guys, but like everyone, you guys probably already know, I wanted to show people what it's like building it from scratch, being a noob. And that's kind of the point of the first couple of videos. Now I just want to get through it. So on to the fun part. Let's get her installed, baby. Let's go. So like I said, I have to put a spacer in between the steering wheel and the button plate itself, which is a massive pain in the ass sometimes. So I even tried to glue it to the back. I'm gonna fumble this pretty badly, guys, so be aware. It may take several attempts. Oh, sheer luck. Okay. Oh yeah, mic will just suck for a little bit. And then I got this spacer on the back between the shifter panel and the, actually, you know what I can do? Let me get this set up already here, and maybe I can just drop it in. Okay. This might even be a little bit more difficult considering I got some resistance on the it because of these shifter wires. Just get them the fuck out of the way. Stay put, baby. You can do it. It ain't gonna work that way. Let's try something different. Let's just go through front flip it over. I had to cut these wires here, guys. See that? That was so sad to do on a brand new Sparco. This is the hard part. Fuck. Shit. Huge pain in the ass doing this. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Let's hurry up and get it on. I've been watching a few of your videos and I find this interesting, thinking about doing this as well. You definitely should. You definitely should. If you're thinking about it, you should definitely do it. It's not as hard as it's very intimidating to think about it, but just jump in, man. Like, if you have the ability to think, you have the ability to finish it. So I highly recommend just doing it, man. Pick one that you like. This one is really easy to build. Hyper R was a little bit more difficult. But now with and I recommend doing it like without buying the parts from POKORNYI. No offense to POKORNYI, but oh, I hope that wire is long enough. Yeah, it is. No offense to them, but like the parts are expensive. Like the shifter is like $150. And you can just 3D print it. So I highly recommend trying it yourself, jumping in and doing it. Build the parts yourself. Kind of makes you feel good at the end of the day. And we have a almost finished wheel. We have to do one more thing, and that is run these wires into the shifter location. So I'm going to go across just so I can reduce some of that wire length flapping around. Don't do this to me, be easy. Why can't you be easy? There we go. One's in. And the second one will be going under and in also. Yeah, definitely try it, man. And there's so many people, like so many helpful people. My eyes are getting so bad. Oh, this is why. I'm 44 years old, man. I'm getting there. I've lost interest in his work. I'm sorry. It's a bunch of shit. I've been watching a few of your videos. I lost interest in his work since he stopped providing the STP files. You're now forced to buy his aluminum parts, not the split. Yeah, I actually sent them an email. I was like, yo, can you send me the 3D file for the shifter so I can go into Fusion 360 and just cut that out a little bit more? You know what I mean? I don't know if he's going to do it, but, you know, he still has a great offering for people like noobs, but yeah, I won't say noobs. I would say people who don't have the ability to do like 3D modeling themselves. So yeah, I was a little bit bummed that some of these, like for example, I'd love to get this made in like aluminum instead of having to use 3D printed materials. But I doubt he's going to give you the files. But it's bad enough. You know what the bad part is? Like if you go on AliExpress, you'll see like POKORNYI wheels for sale from some seller over there, wherever they are, on AliExpress, and like he's not getting paid for that. So I guess I understand why he wouldn't want to do that. Just it's like giving a freebie out to everyone. But a lot of these people are using Zach's files anyway. So Yeah, I wanted my next mission here. I think that this is probably going to be the last POKORNYI wheel I build for a while. My next mission is to design my own PCB. So I'm taking like I'm in college right now. Funny enough, like short story and little personal shit is I never went to college. And I found a way to be in a job that requires some form of intellect, but I never went to college, and I got away into my company. So when COVID hit, I got bored as shit and created this is why the channel's here, because I got bored. And I started going to school for filmmaking. But now I'm like, since I'm already like in the school mindset and registering for classes and shit and basically being like a college kid at the age of 44, I'm gonna take some 3D design and modeling classes at the college level. Oh god, the guide is done. Because there's things I want to do, but I hate being codependent. So here's the wheel, guys. It's done. I haven't seen anybody use this wheel either, the L999. So if you guys know of other people that use this wheel with different builds, let me know. Maybe tag me in the comment somewhere, or like find me on Discord. But this is it. It's there. This is kind of goofy, but it is what it is. Let's see how it drives. Let's set the other computer up real quick because I'm using one of the cameras, and we will just leave it on. I can't leave it there. I'll leave it on this camera, I guess. Maybe I'll point it towards the wheel. Point that towards the wheel, and I'll be back in a second. There you go. You guys can look at that while I set up the other computer because I'm borrowing one of the cameras.
Me gusta mucho.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. I think we need to. Oh shit! Power on the wheel. Boom, boom. And you get power. Everything kind of set up in position. Get sim hub running. The wheel picked up. Okay, we'll try this first. Okay, let's make sure we got audio. Why does this always happen to me with this race logic? Ugh. Ribs. I should sound absolutely delicious right now. Like, I mean, I should sound beautiful. All right, so I can go back and set this to be listened to. Yeah, I think I had the microphone. It was that microphone picking up. So it was like, yeah. I appreciate you calling that out because audio issues are like the most frustrating thing about streaming in general. So, all right, let's make sure I'm still Gucci. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, yeah. So I'm having a problem right now where I don't know why it's not. Go back to my hardware. Why? And I'm going to go back into Arduino, RGB leads, test data editor, and let's try to simulate. What? Echo gone, great. Radio quality, but won't go that far. Okay. I don't know why this is doing this, so I need to find out why my LEDs aren't working. So profile manager is done. Cool. We picked this profile. Okay, life is good. Test data editor. Bit limiter is on, but nothing's happening. Why is it settings? Wondering why it's not detecting my wheel. Maybe I need to restart or something. Let's try that.
Test data editor, game running, RPMs, red line. What is happening here? All right, let's go to the other profile then. Arduino profile manager. I know it's something stupid I'm just forgetting, but like, what I want to do. Blue, let's put on everything. Yeah, very strange here. What is going on, baby? Let me close SimHub and try again. Could be just new device problems, you know? A little bit irritating. Obviously connected. Arduino, profile managers. Oh, Jesus, Greg. Did I not load it? I double clicked it. Test data editor. Yeah, something's up. Doesn't like the features work in the game, but it's not associating it with my it's not associating it with my oh shit, the art what? Why is it starting at 145 now? That's weird. So looky here. On the so I need to change all of my settings to start at 145, I guess. That's weird because it should take it. I mean, the profile should be the same on both systems, I would assume. Okay, maybe something's different. So I think it's just a matter of was it 165 it was? This is speed limiter on, pit limiter on. Why is it starting at 165? This is gonna be annoying. 65. There we go. Yeah, that was the problem. I think something happened to where now. Yeah, so now it's starting at position 165, maybe? No, I want to start here. 145. All right, so we'll put this on real quick for the full ones that we were doing. 145. That's interesting. I didn't know it would do that. Um, blue flag should work now. Very strange, man. Green flag is 145. It's supposed to be blinking, brother. Inactive color for green flag. Let's make that yellow. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. So I don't understand why that happened, but we gotta figure that out at some point. White flag, let's get that working. Why is white flag orange? Because green flag is on. Oh shit. Okay, I have an inactive color here. I need to turn that off. And white flag should just be 45. It actually looks blue, but it is what it is. TC active. Oh god, what is this gonna be? Um, TC active, I think was. Let's try 145 again as a starting point. I just want it to be here. Wow. Okay. So Yeah, I mean, we might as well. I'm here. It's Friday night. I have shit else to do. TC active. And then I want to have this guy on this side start at. Okay, TC active is now there. Spotter car left, I think we'll do. We only have a couple more anyway to do, so no big deal. Spotter car left. What position did we just start TC active at? 203. Car left. Oh, maybe I. Jesus Christ. Let's move that back. The start position is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 165. Okay, and I just want it to be 165.18. So spotter car right should be okay, I guess. Nope, of course not. 203. Okay, cool. That worked out unusually well for me. Red line reached. We're going to do a big blink at start position 154, maybe? Okay, let's make that white. This white is coming, for some reason, when it's white, it comes out blue. That comes out purple. That's green. That's supposed to be white. It's very bright too, by the way. Okay, that's white. And good. ABS active. Just two more and we're back in action, for fuck's sake. Turn that off. ABS active. Yeah, that's fine. You only want it to do 3 LEDs on that side and then 154. That's just my starting point. And then 3 LEDs active here. That's ABS active, active. Okay, so that's good. TC active, that's good. We're not doing DRS. Car left. I want a little bit more blinking action when it simple delay. Okay. Spotter car right. Simple delay. I don't know if it picks up 50 milliseconds or if it's just my mind making. Yellow flag is good. Is it? Did we do yellow flag? No, we didn't. 4 flag. It's a pretty important one. Okay, 145.76. Green flag is 145.76. It should be. Blue flag should be 145.76. 45.76. That's really annoying that it didn't take. It just counted LEDs differently for some reason. Okay, blue flag should be good. White flag should be good. Black flag should be is supposed to be black. Okay, all good. We are good to go. I think we're back in action. Let's get back into the simulator and try it out. Let's try again. Sorry about that. I expected it to pick up the profile like I think most people would. Duly noted. But anyway, back to this wheel. Let's see how this thing actually drives. Let's turn the torque up a little bit too, because it feels really low right now. Let's go up to 75. I'm gonna turn up in game. Yeah. Nice and solid, no jiggles, no wiggles, no rattles, no nothing. Torque is rough. You guys saw where it's at, 75% at the base level and 100% in game. It doesn't feel that heavy. In fact, you know, we probably have to go into iRacing and see what a big impact feels like. Feels like a very premium steering wheel, actually. Nice and solid. You would never know it's 3D printed or do it yourself. Even looking at it, you can't really see any of the do-it-yourself stuff like the 3D printed, like smudges that happen somewhere. It's pretty nice. Motion's not set up nicely though. There we go. Oh, it feels really good to hold this wheel. But it's not doing anything. It's just not doing anything. Load. Yeah, it should be like maybe it's the sim. Let's try a different simulator actually. F this. Let's go into what should we do actually? Dare I say it? Let's go into iRacing. Let's try a GT4 car in iRacing. And I need to put something up real quick. Yeah, fuck it. I didn't really want to play iRacing right now, but like, let's try it. Let's try the Aston Martin GT4. Remember this moment potentially. The GT4 Aston Martin, specifically the AM Vantage. I need to wipe this off. I kept the screen protector on there, the factory thing that comes with it, just because I don't want to have I don't want to get like smudged in there and get dirt in the corner. So it's gonna stay with the plastic on like a old grandmother. But I really want this thing to kind of work, to actually have the LEDs working while driving. So that's the point of building this wheel. But it feels 100% solid. I mean, solid. It feels like a proper wheel. This perforated leather like feels so nice to hold. I can't even explain to you how good it feels. The softness of this wheel is just great. I may actually get one for my real car. It's so nice. So that being said, this kind of looks like the rally wheel with a little bit more screen space, obviously, but it's like, I think it's a great wheel. Obviously it's not like for everyone. If you like the GSI Max 32, wherever it is, you're probably going to like to build this, but, to me, this is a good wheel. I can probably use this for most of my street car type of work. I do a lot of street car driving in Assetto Corsa. And I'll probably use it primarily for that and keep my Porsche Cup wheel for everything else. So let's get this wheel set up. First of all, let's switch the profile to, it's already on GT3 here. Let's set it to, yeah, I want to go back, bro. iRacing, configure controls. I just hope the USB cable holds up. I just pulled it out. Why is this thing not stretching, actually, is the real question. That was strange. This is the first time my hand has touched suede in a very long time. I don't like this cable at all, man. This cable sucks. In fact, I'm definitely gonna not use it with this cable ever. Okay, that's done. 90 degrees left. Oh, what? Clicking controls. About pulling this stupid cable out again. Away. Okay, throttle fully. Boom, there you go. Go. Upshifting. No problem with that input. Even with the N52 magnets or N51s, whichever one they are, it still feels very light. So, yeah, if you can, the good thing about this shifter plate is I think you can fit Asher shifters or like SimCore shifters on there because it has those holes in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. No H pattern. Look left. Right. Done. Yeah, I don't really use much controls on the steering wheel. Next black box. Funky switch is basically the only one I use on the steering wheel ever. And let's get pit limiter set up. Pits. Flash. Let's try the ABS here. And I think that's brake balance right there. Custom controls for this car. Don't say that global options. Okay, cool. Let's try it. GT4. Change of plan. Should have come done GT4 with me tonight. I am. Well, you're probably getting off soon, but I plan on doing GT4 this weekend, Jake. Watkins Glen is like an easy track, so I'm gonna do GT4 there. What car are you driving? What's the meta? Yeah, this is a nice wheel, man. It's a shame about the cable. Let's get the control set up. Options. Okay. All this is fine already. Let's set this. Boom. Boom. See how it feels with some real racing force on it. Okay. That's really all. That's really all I use. I mean, all these buttons are nice and everything, but shifter would be nice to set up. But like, yeah, I don't use them. I use this button box that I'm pressing right now. That's not working. For that stuff. Control. Pit limiter, we just set drive to the car. What is wrong with this button box, man? Okay, gearbox. Okay. I think we're good now. There we go. Set a time while we're at it. See how good we can do off rip. Gonna let them go, but after them guys, they had plenty of laps already, and they're still only P24, so how fast can they be? Okay, feels good. I mean, I'm probably gonna use it for this car actually, instead of the Porsche Cup wheel, just because it feels nice on the hand, better than the Porsche Cup does. Porsche Cup feels nice, but this one feels like you can drive this for hours. It's really comfortable. Just, I think the padding in there is what makes it really nice. It's also meant for old guys too. You can see by these thumb things. Car's bouncing a lot there. I need to turn the motion down. What profile is this?
Clear.
PT4 profile, huh? It's a 51%. Like the McLaren, but they all seem viable. Okay, I've been driving the Cayman lately, but in theme of Aston Martin this weekend, maybe I'll drive the Aston. All right, let's go fast. Actually, I think we can set a good time here. Yeah, let me turn this feedback up actually too, because it feels kind of light. Let's turn it up to like 10. See how it feels with some torque on it. I want to hear if I hear any creaking or anything loose, you know? The first track I raced on, I think, in iRacing. P4 from the rip. Let's go. Very far away from that. Very far away from that. Let's go faster. good racing in GR class for sure. Unless you have some try-hard amateur racer trying to punt everyone out of the lobby, then it's pretty good place to race if you want to just learn how to race close. All right, we're gonna shut it down here soon, but this is a great wheel. I don't have any problems with it, no issues. My only recommendation would be don't use that USB cable. It's too thick, and the data cable is too small, or the data shielding is too small, so it like melts away as you're soldering it. But yeah, I really dig this wheel. We'll shut it down in a second, and I'll give like some closing remarks and then get out of here. Maybe just one more lap. Maybe just one more. One more hurt. One more lap will not kill anyone tonight. Yes, let's go. It's always nice seeing that.
You got it, right down on the right.
Slow dirt, like I heard anyone. Yeah, I can't. There's no complaints. I'm like feel really comfortable, and that's really the most important thing. Is like having a wheel that you can definitely drive for as long as you want to. There's no feedback. It's just mostly, I mean, honestly, most of the positive feedback's the steering wheel. The shifters still feel like POKORNYI shifters are too light, but the overall wheel build looks nice, and like I'm happy that I did it. This is gonna stick around for a long time. P7's good enough. Get shit on, lobby. Get shit on, bro. I haven't raced in how long, and I did this to you guys. Get the fuck out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Let's take a look at the wheel before we shut it down. Like I said, the best part about this steering wheel build to me is the Sparco L999 wheel. The Mugello is absolutely bang on. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I used it. Originally, I was thinking about using a P310, but I'm glad I stuck with this one. And I think it's going to stick around for a very long time. The build, as you guys saw, was very easy to build and assemble. The soldering is exactly what you expect it to be. Rotaries feel like rotaries. 7-way funky switches feel exactly the same as every other funky switch. And just quite frankly, it's just a really solid wheel build, and I think it's done nicely. The one thing that does suck is the shifter mechanism on the back with these exposed wire type of scenario. Like I think you should have created like a 3D file for us to be able to run the wire through, and then like have a more seamless integration there. That's the only thing I don't like about this, but outside of that, top tier shit, comparable with the GSI. I think it's a strong competitor. I think if you have the ability to solder stuff and, you know, screw things together, you should definitely consider this as an option. And I'm thinking about doing a comparison video between the two because they're very, very similar wheels. In fact, as I watch the stream right now, you could probably mistake it if you looked at it really shortly as the GSI wheel. So for $1,000 less than GSI, can't really beat it. That being said, I'm done for the night. You boys have a great one. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we're shutting it down right at 2 hours, which is perfect. So we'll talk to y'all later. Maybe we'll be around this weekend doing some iRacing. Who knows? Talk to you guys later, guys. I should probably get off the track so these guys don't get sad with me. One more lap ain't gonna hurt nobody. Let's go.